Are we good? Did you already do your thing? Okay. They told me to come over here. Oh, they did? No, you do it. You start it.
I'm just doing, so you want me to start the live? Hello everyone, welcome. And thank you all who are in person. Just to let everyone know, we are live on Facebook, so we want to say hello to everyone out there in virtual land. And thank you. So we're here to celebrate 150 years, right? Yeah. Thank you so much. So everyone that is here in person have met some people who traveled 150 years ago. Gail Borden himself giving out prizes, Louis Yarwood, Catherine Abbott, and Edna. So we just have, and then we have our very own Carol Meadows that is here as well. So thank you. So I just want to let you, everyone here know, we just wanted to thank you for being here and hope that you guys are having such a great time. I'm going to pass it over to our very own Board of Presidents, Jean Betnar, and to kind of kick this off, right? Yeah, thank you.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. Just want to point out after that lively introduction that Carol Meadow is real. She's the real Carol Meadow, not somebody in character today. So anyway, I'm going to follow my script here so we can get through this because there's a lot of party ahead of us here. I'm Jean. That's what it says. No last name needed, apparently. President of Gail Borden Public Library Board of Trustees. Sometimes I feel like I've been on the board for 150 years. It's been a long time. I've seen a lot of changes in the library, all good, of course. I want to thank you all for attending, and I have some people that I'm going to introduce, and we're just going to do a quick, if you're here, stand up. We'll start with any of the Gail Borden Public Library trustees that are here today, besides me. Any of you here? There's Laura, back in the back there. She's already standing. Do we have any Gail Borden Public Library Foundation directors in the room? Also standing, Jerry, Mike, Paul, thank you. Great group. All right, Elgin City Council people. We have, the mayor is here. Our mayor is right here. I believe we have Rosa Martinez. We have, yes, Anthony Ortiz. We also have John Steffen, but he's in disguise over there. Am I holding this too close? Is it making a weird sound? Okay, got it. Steve Thorin. Oh, I'm sorry. How could I miss you? I was watching you the whole time. Did I miss anybody else? Anthony Ortiz. Yes, I said him. Okay. Thank you for acknowledging everybody. Yeah, we're getting to, that's actually next on my list. We have Kane County board members, Corinne Pirag. We have Elgin Area Chamber of Commerce President and CEO, Carol Gieske. And of course, we want to acknowledge all our wonderful Gail Borden Public Library staff members, past and present, who are here today. Let's give them a big round of applause. This place is awesome. All right, and just a few honorable speakers today. I've already acknowledged you, Dave, but Mayor Captain will be speaking. From the King County Board, County Chair Corinne Pirag, and Elgin City Councilman Anthony Ortiz. All will be speaking later. And Senator Castro is going to be speaking as well. Okay. We're just doing what we're told up here. All right, lastly, we want to thank again the Fox Valley Harmonizer Barbershop Quartet that we just heard from. We'll also thank the Elgin Master Chorale and pianist Myrna Hanselman. We will be hearing from them a little later. And now I'm going to turn it over to Carol Meadow, our CEO.
Thank you, Jean. Ooh, pretty strong there. And welcome to all of you on this very, very special day. 150 years the Gail Borden Library has been in existence. I am Carol Metal, the Chief Executive Officer of the Gail Borden Library, and I've been in that role for almost 20 years. In fact, I am only the 9th library director that this library has had in 150 years. So I think it shows that us directors like working here, and we just stay around a long time. Now I'd like to introduce some of the library directors who helped shape this library that came before me. First of all, we have to meet our namesake, Gail Borden. Come on forward, Gail. You're going to hear from him a little later.
I'm going to put this right here.
And if you can't guess who that is, that's Councilman John Steffen. The very, very first library director that was hired in 1874 was Louis Yarwood, who was also a noted painter. Thus the costume. And I want to thank our staff member, Phil Schneider, for filling that role. Now, please say hello to Catherine Abbott. Catherine is noted for being the longest-serving library director. In fact, she worked at the library before she became director in 1903 through 1943. And she saw, think of all the change that she saw in the world during that time. And we want to thank Madeline Villalobos, another staff member, our Director of Hispanic Services. Now meet Edna Holland. Many of us might remember Edna. She was the director across the street at 200 North Grove from 1962 to 1987. This was a very innovative time for Gail Borden Library, and when the library was the first of many things. And thank you, Melissa Bernasic, for being Edna Holland. It's nice to have them here since the real ones have gone on to another plane here. We will be celebrating this special anniversary all year long, and so I invite you to check our website, our newsletter for all of the other activities that are going to be going on throughout the year. One date of note is June 8th, where we're going to be having an old-fashioned fair outside, again in keeping with the 19th century, and it's going to be complete with a carousel. So that's going to be a lot of fun here on June 8th. We want you to enjoy what we have going on here today, including the children's crafts. And we also have some mementos for you to take home back there at that back table. An animated bookmark with exploding fireworks on it. Not really exploding. Right over there. Pencils and pens to commemorate this day. We also have our special 150th library card. I'd like you to see that. And if you have time, please sign the guest book, which is over here, so that people 150 years from now can know who was here today, 150 years ago. And did you notice when you came in, if you didn't, check it when you leave, the register that was signed by all the people who attended that 1874 opening. And we have that register in our archives, and we have it on display here today. Now, before we We're going to have a few speeches here, short speeches, and before we end this formal portion of the program, we ask that you all stay where you are because we want to take a photo. Not only have the guest book, but have a photo that can be put in the archives so that people throughout the years and subsequent anniversaries can see who was here for the 150th. And also, what is a birthday without cake? And this is not edible behind me. So we have cupcakes in our outer lobby. Before you leave, please take a cupcake if you want to eat it here. The cafe is serving $1.50 coffee for $1.50 to commemorate the day. And you can enjoy your cupcake with coffee. Otherwise, enjoy it at home. Now, I think we're ready. Denise, did I cover everything? All right, good. I'd like to introduce our mayor, David Captain, from the city of Elgin.
Thank you, Carol. It's really a pleasure and an honor to be here today. And you know me, I start out with a story. And this has got to be 25 or 30 years ago when this library was being discussed as part of a community effort to bring something back to the city of Elgin and replace the library across the street. We had a discussion in my neighborhood, and I'll never forget it as long as I live. One of the things that was brought up was about books. Why are we building this huge building for books when everybody's going to be reading Kindle and we're going to be going on the internet to read all our books in 20 years? Well, what the hell happened? We have the greatest library probably in the state of Illinois and maybe in the country. And what we found was that the library is a root of the community and it's a root of our society. Our kids learn here, we learn here. David Captain, the mayor, at 76 years old, what does he do? He goes into Gail's Corner and buys books and takes them home, and I have a basement that's my entertainment. That's what I do. And God bless the library, and God bless all of you for being here today. This is so important to this community, and it's a root for of us as we move forward for our children and our young people. And it gives me great pleasure to read this proclamation today. Whereas Gail Borden Public Library has served the Elgin community for 150 years, holds the distinction of being the first in the state to establish a public library by vote on April 2nd, 1872, after the state of Illinois passed the Public Library Act in March of 1872, the doors of the first Elgin Library opened on March 19th, 1874. And whereas Gail Borden Public Library's district's name was decided after its original location was moved from the third floor of the Home Bank block where the Tower Building now stands, into the large mansion on the corner of Spring and Highland Streets, donated by Alfred and Samuel Church. The Gail Borden name was a tribute to their beloved stepfather, the inventor of condensed milk. And whereas Gail Borden Public Library has continued to expand its facilities, staff, exhibits, and services, becoming the largest self-governed public library district in the state of Illinois, serving approximately 150,000 residents from Elgin, South Elgin, Bartlett, Streamwood, Hoffman Estates. And whereas the Gail Borden Public Library District has comprehensive offerings, convenient locations, diverse programs, and exhibits, all made available by working with many partners, the library has recognized numerous times, including the 2009 National Medal for Museum and Library Service Award, the highest award bestowed on an American library. And whereas this award-winning institution continues to grow its literary offerings and expand its exceptional programs for people of all ages in response to its local community needs, This year, Gail Borden Public Library will observe a significant milestone with its 150th anniversary, which will be marked by a year-long celebration. Now, therefore, I, David Captain, Mayor of the City of Elgin, Illinois, do hereby proclaim the year 2024 as Gail Borden Public Library Year in the City of Elgin. Congratulations, Carol, to your staff and to this community for supporting it for so long.
Thank you
Carol,
so much.
I shrink wrap this for the
Oh,
archives.
thank you. A very special honor. Thank you very much, Mayor. And now I'd like to introduce Senator Castro. I think she has something to say from the state of Illinois.
Thank you, Carol. And before I get started, I want to recognize a few of my colleagues who were unable to join us but have representatives here. State Representative Anna Moeller has Julia Contreras here. Senator Don DeWitt has Becky Gillum here. Hi, Becky. I'm not sure if anyone's here from Senator Karina Villa's office, but if they are here, wave. But one of the things that you need to understand is this is a bipartisan issue, right? We all support bicameral, bipartisan. We are very honored and pleased to support our library. And whenever Carol calls, we listen. But I'm going to start with a story too. As a born and raised Elginite, I remember this property being W.R. Meadows. My father worked for W.R. Meadows for 60 years. And I remember coming from Center Street by the Burnham Schools, because that's where I grew up, riding my bike to meet him here, and then we would walk home. But it wasn't here. I would meet him here when he got off work, but I would always go across the street to the old Gail Borden Public Library site. That's where I gained my knowledge and reading different books and different stories, and that's kind of where I learned a little bit about politics. My favorite book was a John F. Kennedy book that was out there, and that began my love for education, but also libraries. And so I am proud to be of Elgin, but I'm more proud to be a Gail Borden Public Library card holder, and I always encourage people when they're looking for places to go, check out the Gail Borden Public Library because they're more than a library. They do a lot for us. We hold events. I've had flu shot clinics here. Obviously, today for politicians is a holy day. So if any of you have not done your civic duty, as Denise Raleigh wanted to remind me, you could do it upstairs. No, over there. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I'm used to upstairs. It's over there. Well, anyway, so I actually have an Illinois Senate resolution, so I would like to read that. So this is enshrined in the General Assembly, so when you go look it up, you will see it. It has been passed by all members of the Senate. So Senate Resolution number 644, offered by Senator Castro, Senate President Don Harmon, and all senators. Whereas the members of the Illinois Senate wish to congratulate the Gail Borden Public Library District on the occasion of its 150th anniversary. Whereas all the Illinois legislature passed the Free Library Act on March 7, 1872, the Elgin community was the first in the state to vote yes to create a public library, opening the Elgin Library in 1874 in a building located where the Tower Building now stands. And whereas the Elgin Library moved to a home fitting the city's growing stature in the early 1890s when Alfred and Samuel Church donated a mansion at Spring Street and Highland Avenue for its use with the only provision that it be renamed the Gail Borden Public Library after their stepfather, who made his fortune by inventing a new way for condensed milk and built the Elgin Milk Condensing Company in the city because it was where his second wife once lived. And whereas the Gail Borden Public Library remained at 50 North Spring Street until the early 1970s, when the Gail Borden Public Library District was created and a new library was built at the southwest corner of Kimball Street and Grove Avenue. And whereas as the community grew, so did demand for the Gail Borden Public Library's district services. The library district's current downtown facility opened at 270 North Grove Avenue across from its prior location in October 2003. The Raycow branch on Bowes Road in Elgin followed in August 2009, and the South Elgin branch on South McLean Boulevard opened in July 2016. And whereas the Gail Borden Public Library District serves 149,907 residents in Elgin, South Elgin, and portions of Hoffman Estates, Streamwood, and Bartlett, with 60.5% of residents being cardholders, making it the second largest library district in Illinois for population served. And whereas the Gail Borden Public Library District has received a number of awards, including the 2009 National Medal for Museum and Library Services, the nation's highest recognition for American libraries, and being named the 2010 Elgin Hispanic Network Organization of the Year. And whereas the Gail Borden Public Library Foundation is hosting a kickoff event to the library's district's 150th anniversary celebration at its downtown location on December 8, 2023, the library district will be holding various programs and presentations throughout the year to commemorate the sequential. Therefore, be it resolved by the Senate of the 103rd General Assembly of the State of Illinois that we congratulate the Gail Borden Public Library District on its 150th anniversary, and we wish the library district's continued success in its endeavors to best serve its community and visitors, and be it further resolved that a suitable copy of this resolution be presented to the Gail Borden Public Library District as an expression of our esteem and respect. Adopted by the Senate, March 7, 2024. Signed, Don Harmon, President of the Senate.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Castro. It's very special to have these proclamation from the city and also the resolution from the state of Illinois. And now we have another special feature. This year's Elgin Poet Laureate is one of our own, a staff member here at the Gail Borden Library. We are very proud of Erin Ryan, and Erin has written a poem especially for today.
I encourage you. There you go. Thank you. As I read this poem, I encourage you, if there's something that resonates with you in the poem, you are welcome to snap your fingers, you can applaud, you can do a little dance, whatever you feel in the moment. Hopefully not that sound. All right, everybody. Without further ado, this is my poem I wrote for Gail Borden Library called Infinities. I am old as a Galapagos tortoise. My shell shelters not one, but infinite fables, books as bountiful as stars. You cannot see every galaxy any more than you could read each story in my observatory. If my pages were mirrors, you'd see smiles tucked into open books. A wonder unnumbered, lest it lose its wonder. Open a book, any book, tracing my words with your fingertip, as gently as you'd graze the commas of tulips, petals curling purple, pink, peach, painting the springtime green between the Fox River and me. I am home for art, para la abuela, Alebrije exhibited at my exhilarating creatures of a dream world. La tortuga shelters las mariposas monarcas, painted butterflies perched on my dome of a home. May you rest your freckled wings on my speckled green shell. I am refuge for every language, every book, every creature. Home to Rocket the library turtle. Home to painted lady butterflies taking their first flight. Home to newborns and abuelas and readers, seeking sanctuary in my shelves. Open a book, any book, and listen to these pages rustling like autumn leaves in a brisk breeze, smelling just as sweet. Breathe in the scent of a freshly printed book in your favorite nook of my paradise. I am Gail Borden Library, celebrating my 150th anniversary in verse. Yet my worth cannot be enumerated any more than we can count the words in this vicinity or the stars in a universe expanding infinitely. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Aaron. That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Aaron. That will go in our archives too. I would like to now introduce the Kane County Board President, Chair, Corinne Prague. Corinne.
Thank you, Carol. Hello, everybody. I'm Corinne Pirog, and I'm the Kane County Board Chairman. Do we have any other board members here? Okay, I'm going to yell at all of them. Well, on behalf of Kane County government, I'd like to thank you for inviting me to this incredibly special celebration on the 150th birthday of the Gail Borden Public Library. The health of any community is enriched by the presence of public libraries and the services it provides. It's been said that bad libraries build collections, good libraries build services, but great libraries, like Gail Borden, build communities, which you can see in this room. When I was a girl growing up in Evanston, single mom, I would spend time at the Evanston Public Library. It was a magical place to go visit. And like the poet said about the butterfly, think of the chrysalis that happens with the caterpillar who goes in and smells the beauty of books. The Kindle doesn't have that smell. It's the tactile sense of turning a page, of being a 9-year-old just engaged with the written word and falling in with the magic of it and getting lost on a summer day in a park, reading for hours, and the days just cascade away learning about the West, learning about magic, learning about all the wonders of literature and history and curiosity. This is something that we all treasure with the public library, and that to this day, in meandering through my own journeys, I don't go a day without reading, because if I don't read that day, I feel lost. I feel like the text of life has just disappeared from me. Gail Borden Library is truly one of those true treasures and a trailblazer from its very earliest beginnings. Community is truly at the heart of this, everything that Gail Borden Library does, and its fact is clearly stated in its mission. Mobile library services, license plate renewal services, banking services, programs for older adults, programs for kids and for teens, and programs for the public, including its popular exhibits, are all just a small sample of the value of the Gail Borden Library. It is a recipient of numerous awards and a recipient of, I can see, of all of your love. So congratulations, and I look forward to being here, or my predecessor, or the next person who comes, the next 150th year. Thank you.
Thank you, Corinne. And speaking of 150 years, if any of you have any ideas of what the library may look like or be in 150 years, we encourage you to record them over there where the guest book is. And we'll see what people have to think about it. Pardon? Oh, again, can draw pictures behind here. If you don't want to use words, pictures. And lots of our younger patrons have done that. They've drawn pictures of what they think the library is going to be in 150 years. Now we'd like you to sit back and enjoy a short video of our library.
In the heart of Elgin, Gail Borden Library stands as a dynamic cornerstone of community life. Each year, the library continues to evolve in order to meet the ever-changing needs of Elgin residents. Through its pioneering initiatives, Gail Borden Public Library has consistently been at the forefront of redefining what a library can be. Our journey together is a celebration and recognition of the vital role played by the community in shaping this remarkable institution. Join us as we celebrate the 150th anniversary of Gail Borden Public Library.
Hello, I'm Carol Metal, the Chief Executive Officer of Gail Borden Public Library. I am honored to lead this organization that has always strived to be the heart of literacy for 150 years. The Gail Borden Library has had only 9 directors since it opened its doors in 1874, many of them working at the library for decades. Catherine Abbott was the longest-serving director from 1903 until 1943. Under her direction, the staff supported the local community through 2 world wars, a depression, prohibition, women gaining the right to vote, and the opening of the library's first children's department. Evolving to serve a changing community is the hallmark of the Gail Borden Public Library.
This community was the first in the state to establish a public library by vote on April 2, 1872, after the state of Illinois passed the Free Library Act in March of the same year. Much of the impetus for this act followed the Great Chicago Fire of 1871 and a gift of books from England, with book plates that were inscribed by Her Majesty the Queen Victoria. Gail Borden Public Library was first known as the Free Public Library of the town of Elgin. It opened in 1874 on the 3rd floor of the Home Bank on East Chicago Street, where the Tower Building stands today. The early 1900s brought more changes to Elgin and Gail Borden Library. Catherine Abbott became the library director in 1903, guiding the expansion of the library several times to keep up with providing books for Elgin residents. By the 1960s, the library was serving more than 52,000 people a year. The library building on Spring Street was very overcrowded, and it was apparent that a new one was needed. The new library building at 200 North Grove Avenue, right on the Fox River, opened on October 7, 1968. The new building was 74,000 square feet and had room for 250,000 books. The new library had a fountain, a glass-enclosed children's area, and space for informal browsing, features not found in the previous library building. On June 17, 2002, the library checked out its millionth item for the fiscal year for the first time. However, a more spacious library was needed for the community. The population of the library district had more than doubled since the previous library built. The large 2-story building has enabled the library to present world-class exhibits beginning in 2005 with Giant's African Dinosaurs, followed by Space Dare to Dream in 2007, which gave elementary students an opportunity to ask astronauts aboard the International Space Station questions during a special program. The library's first branch in its 135-year history opened August 15, 2009 in the West Side Rayco branch and received a Gold LEED certification. In 2016, the South Elgin branch opened on July 24th. Hundreds of excited South Elgin visitors attended to celebrate the town's first library. As we reflect on Gail Borden Library's journey through time, it becomes clear that public libraries are not relics of the past, but vibrant, adaptive hubs deeply intertwined with the pulse of a community. In an era witnessing the reduction of public spaces, communities that binds community together.
The library of 2024 looks a lot different than the library of 1874. The Gail Borden Public Library remains the place that welcomes everyone, no matter age or culture or economic status. It is free to enter the doors to this place of respite, reading, and recreation. If you haven't visited us for a while, please do. We are waiting to welcome you, just as we did others. And welcoming the Elgin Master Chorale. They will be singing. One of the selections that they are going to be singing is a very interesting song. It was composed in 1874, and it's entitled Song of the Elgin Watch. And it was in 1874. So I was going through music, and I came across this, and I thought, oh my gosh, it's the year that we opened our doors. So we thank the Master Chorale for learning this piece, and I'm excited to hear it. I played it on the piano, but it'll be wonderful to hear it being sung. So I'm going to turn it over to Steve. Steve, are you there someplace? There's, okay. All right.
We have another song for you. Because the library is a place to read stories and dream, we're going to sing for you When You Wish Upon a Star.
is coming, we still have our namesake to hear from. So we're getting the picture ready. High lift here.
Need Annalise. Can you call Annalise? Annalise, can you come back up here wherever you are? And as Annalise is coming back up here, thanks everyone for coming. To be in the photo, if everyone kind of will move to the middle, we go to the Espanol and we go to about checkout with the wide angle. And people in a green shirt or anyone who feels like it could sit on the floor right here in the front. This is a historical photo. Just please it when she comes up in this high lifter. We can't go all the way over to customer service, even in our widest angle. And so please, again, everyone be safe. But if we could sit on the floor, that would be really great. Jean, if you're just in right there. Again, this is for the people 150 years from now to look back at the people in 2024. Thank you all for coming and thanks for sitting for this picture. Yeah, if you could just to check out, see where that checkout is right there. If you could be on this side of that. Gail Borden, we're going to need you to move in too. A little bit, right there, Rick McCarthy, you're at the edge of our camera. So if you're on the other side, if you want to just sit, this is going to take 2 seconds once she gets up there. Okay. Okay. Can folks sit in the front? Are you good? Dominique, everyone who's not, hey, camera folk, come on out here. Yeah. Everyone, okay, everyone on behind the clock tower, if you guys would be in the photo, if you would come, look, like the little guys right there, if you would just move right up in here. We need you in front. Like if you see my arm, if you're on this side of my arm, you're not in the photo. I did ask him to move. I don't see him now. Carol, if that's okay. Annalise, I'm gonna. If you guys want to get in the photo, move right in. Right there's some sitting right there. I'm sitting down. Sitting down. Here we go. Here comes Laura Espinoza. Everyone smile. Here we is. This is for 150, your 150-year smile if you've got one. She's almost finished. Now this is it, right? This is the last one. Everyone wave now.
Say Elgin.
Say Elgin and wave. Woo! All right. Oh, can you stay for one more second, everyone? And then we're going to hear from Gail Borden real quickly, and then we are going to have more festivities beginning. Thank you. Mary to the tower.
Sorry, I didn't see you. You were down on the ground.
Oh.
Here, I'm gonna have that. You can leave that there. I don't need that. I think I'm it, and then you're done. Yeah. No, I'm just gonna hold it. All right, I can tell people have been sitting a while, so let's get this going. Since I'm the oldest one here, I get to set this rule. I've got a basket I was supposed to get here early and circulate with, and it's full of chocolates, it's full of pens, pencils, bookmarks. So now's your chance. Every kid can come on up and just take one of each, or one. And since I'm also the oldest here, I'm going to declare for today that everybody younger than 150 years old is a kid. So everybody can come up and get one of these right now. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Now's your chance, especially if you got stuck way in the back. Councilman Dixon, I saw him here with his kids. I think they should come up. Dan Fox had somebody on his shoulders. Amanda, Denise, you guys have kids here. Get up here. Yes. All right, here we go. We're going to do a little statement from Gail Borden himself. Good afternoon to all of you fine citizens here to celebrate Gail Borden's Public Library's 150th anniversary. Just like the library, I have accomplished much, but I have never envisioned that my name would live on with such vibrancy. My great accomplishment was creating a process to condense milk, bringing nourishing milk to Civil War soldiers and families when there were no refrigerators. You may be asking what my connection to Elgin is. My wife, Emmeline, used to live in Elgin and suggested that I locate my new factory here. As a matter of fact, it was about a block away, right about where the Heritage Ballroom in the center is right now. There's a plaque there that you can go visit and read if you'd like. With numerous dairy farms in the area, it was the perfect location. The Elgin Milk Condensing Company operated just down the street from this library, just where I said. When a larger library was needed, my stepsons, Alfred B. Church and Samuel M. Church, bought a mansion on Spring Street and donated it for a library. There was one stipulation, that the library always be called
In the heart of Elgin, Gail Borden Library.
On February 22nd, 1894, the new Gail Borden Public Library opened with a gala celebration. It was much like the one we are having today, with visitors predicting what the library will accomplish in the future. There's another reason for all you kids to come up and get some chocolate and sugar, because you're going to have to be thinking and predicting what this is going to be like in 150 years. I am so honored that my stepsons wanted to name the library after me, and I am so proud of what the library has accomplished in 150 years. At exactly 7 p.m. on March 19th, 1874, the first public Elgin library opened. We are going to ask everyone to sing Happy Birthday with us. Then out of the Elgin Watchtower bell will toll 7 p.m. It's not quite 5, but we're going to pretend it's 7. And this formal program will be over. And I was asked to advise people this bell can be pretty loud. So if you have any sensitivity to loud noises, you better be prepared. Okay. Now I'm supposed to say, let's sing. And I am not me. Who is going to do that? Sing.
Do you want the bell first or singing first?
It says singing first. You want the bell? You want to do the bell? You want to do the bell first?
Hey, Denise.
Let's just
Skip the song.
No. We're singing together. Here we go.
Oh no.
You're helping. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gail Borden Public Library. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. All right, be ready.
Be
Watch
ready.
yours.
John, turn around. Wave to the crowd. Just look this way.
Just wave. The James Hardy wave.
Look at them.
Yeah, keep clapping because they're gonna come down. Let's help them come down. Here they come. Yeah, come on down. Yeah.
There we go. All right. Yes. That on? Yes. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Don't forget, check in at all the stations. Oh, and the kids can take balloons, too, I've just been told.